But when you tell me she's been with 5 dudes, you are lying to my fucking face, and now I care. Now I care. You was fine. Everything else was fine. But now she's either lying to you or you're lying to me, and now I have a fucking problem with it. So Logan Paul, you guys know, is probably one of the biggest male influencers in the world. He recently, I'm not going to go into all the things he's done. He's been involved in several different controversies. He's big into the whole celebrity boxing thing or whatever. Yeah. And he's got a good podcast. I'm not going to say, I've met him twice. He's been nothing but nice to me, but he's probably one of the most famous influencers in that
Currently
whole realm.
in WWE.
He's in the WWE. He doesn't make content that I'm super into because I'm a little bit older, like the dab crazy, like ADD kids on Ritalin type of content. He's kind of that content. He was big on Vine, that type of shit. Okay. Now he's obviously as a guy in his situation has done. He's probably been with hundreds of women, like been with like really attractive girls. Girls fight for him, whatever. He's a very good looking guy, exceptionally wealthy, all this kind of stuff. And then he meets this.
Too skinny.
He meets this girl named Nina Agdal, and so Logan is 27. Nina Agdal is 31 years old.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, and she's not. She's very fucking mid. Yeah, she's midder than shit. But the thing about it is Nina Agdal, she does have. She's a model. She's been a model for a while, and
so
eventually,
she's a mid model.
I think she's mid. She's super. Like,
why would she be a model?
She turns her face like this, and she almost looks like a dude. Like I'm sorry, but like some guys are into that very masculine looking.
Let's just say people pay her for her photography.
Very, very gaunt. She's got the very gaunt, like natural look, but it doesn't look. To me, I'm just not into it. I'm not into it. All right. Anyway, I'm sure some guys think she's hot. So here's the thing. She goes off, and the first time we hear of Nina Agdal, or I notice, is that he takes her to, is it France? Where does he propose? Does anybody know where the proposal was?
It was in Europe.
Somewhere in Europe.
It was somewhere in Europe. It was like July 10th, something like that.
He gets on his knees. He goes, "How'd you like to get engaged and married here?" And she goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "How'd you like to get engaged here?" Gets down on a knee and proposes to her. So I'm not aware of who Nina Agdal is at this point. I'm like, oh, okay, the guy offered to marry her. Then they go on a podcast together where she explains, one of the things she says is, "Hey, Logan, there were some things that you did that I wasn't comfortable with, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to be in a relationship with you." And I was like, that's a little odd. Okay, I can maybe see that. And then he goes, "One of the things I really liked about you is that you made me wait for a certain period of time to have sex with you." Okay, interesting. And in and of itself, that's not a foul. That's a little strange. I'm sure most girls don't make Logan Paul wait. But maybe we'll go ahead.
But to him, it's a challenge.
But to him, it was a challenge, and so he went for that, and then he proposed to her. So whatever, she got to the final boss, Bowser, at the end of Super Mario Brothers, and she defeated Bowser. She got the final boss, which was the wedding ring. She got the engagement ring. Like, good for her. At this point, I don't really have an issue. None of this is really ringing any bells. Then he goes and he's going to do a fight with a guy named Danis, he's an MMA really, really good jiu-jitsu specialist. But there's going to be a boxing ring. That's generally what the Pauls do. Is they don't fight boxers in a boxing ring. They tend to fight MMA fighters in a boxing ring. And so they're going to have this fight. And things get personal very quickly because apparently Jake Paul, his brother, slept with Dylan Danis' ex. I'm not going to go into that. Dylan Danis then proceeds to show pictures of Nina Agdal with different men. And at first it's one guy, and then it's another guy.
There are a lot.
And
Where
then
does
there's
he
another
get
guy.
these?
He's getting it's just their public record, like off of her social media.
Everywhere on
so she's
the internet.
posted these prior.
She's posted these previous. There are videos of her saying, then it gets, so it starts with one guy, another guy, and people are just kind of laughing like, wow, this girl's, maybe he's been with a couple of guys.
Okay.
Then there starts to be pictures of her ass getting groped, lots of pictures of her making out with different dudes, multiple guys in there, her topless. And then we get to Leonardo DiCaprio, the one with Brad Pitt, I don't know if that's real.
The
But
one with the yacht.
The Leonardo DiCaprio one is
Definitely.
real. Then we get to ones where she's like, I just want cock right now. I just need a big fat dick. No one clip this, please. She's like, I just.
Somebody do it.
She's just like, I just want this. This is the longest I've gone without dick. If anyone has a big fat dick for me right now, I want some sauce. So
video?
she says this on video. Okay.
There was one guy that said he like just waved a bag of coke and all of a sudden she got down on her knees.
She got down. Yeah. So then apparently, from my understanding, and I'm not gonna, because I haven't talked to Dan specifically about this, other than like apparently Bilzerian was one of the ones who's been with her, but Dan doesn't remember fucking her, but maybe he did and maybe he didn't.
Shocker.
And then there's a video. Then so at this point it's like okay, you've decided to marry this girl. That's cool. She's partied a little bit. She's a little older than you. That's fine. Okay. Then there's a video of Wes, or what's his name? Diplo sitting there with, who's the guy who you saw in Barstool Sports? Can't remember his name right now. Portnoy. Portnoy is like straight up calling her out. So you fucked Nina Agdal, yada yada yada, and then he admits it. And then so Wes, he admits to fucking her, but he didn't wait. And then was Adam Sosnick goes on the show, and Adam Sosnick says he knows 3 dudes who fucked her. 4 guys who fucked her.
Yep.
Okay.
And then, has the pictures.
And then he has the pictures of. I thought he said 3.
Well, of her with the guys.
And then more photos come out. At this point, there's like over 115 dudes that she's in photos with.
Damn.
Groping, like getting groped, all this kind of stuff. She has now filed a protection order against Dylan Danis and actually tried to get him arrested.
That's the one he's fighting. Soon,
yeah, it's the one he's fighting. So like personally, I think Logan is maybe so screwed up over this, and that Logan doesn't want to do this fight and is trying to get him arrested at this point. And so no, again, at this point, it's like, okay, you made a mistake. This is a problem, but like we're at over 100 guys.
And that's photographs.
Every day she's showing photographs. Now, to be fair, some of them are faked. Some of the photos, like there's a photo of her with Andrew Tate's clearly not real, but some of them are faked. But it's like over every single day. There's one where Leonardo DiCaprio's like touching her face. But then
the chat saying Zerka did it.
Yeah, I don't. At this point, like
I will believe it.
At this point, I'm watching this thing, and I'm like, if this happened to me, I'm like, okay. Do you guys remember the whole situation with Crypto Zoo and Logan Paul? Apparently, he defrauded a bunch of people. I think what happened was he just didn't know what he was doing. He was just kind of like he got bad advice from people and didn't do any research. This is the same situation here. You offered your hand in marriage to a woman, you didn't do any research, and she's just fucking embarrassed you. And this is just a teaching moment for all of us. And what he'll do is he'll slowly back out of this relationship, and he'll come out and he'll be like, "Hey guys, I'll take the L on this one. I learned a lesson." And be like, "All right, cool job, good job, Logan Paul. You learned a lesson. That's awesome." Is that what he did? No. He goes on a fucking does an interview while he's training, and he goes, "Yeah, my girlfriend, she's an incredible girl. She's incredible. She's an angel. She's been in long-term relationships her own life. She's only been with like 5 dudes."
Oh my god!
Now here's where I'm involved.
After the photos?
Yes, because here's the issue. Because what happens is he even says he went and proposed on television. He proposed on social media so that I would talk about it. Am I wrong? Is he not a social media influencer? Yeah. Did he not do that shit on the air so that I would talk about it? Is that not correct? Okay.
No,
now once you do that, now afterwards, when he sits there and he talks in the same interview where he's talking about she's only been with 5 dudes, he says something to the fact of, like, you can talk, you can express your opinion. Am I expressing an opinion? I'm still expressing my opinion. Okay, that's fine. But when you tell me she's been with 5 dudes, you are lying to my fucking face, and now I care. You was fine. Everything else was fine. But now she's either lying to you or you're lying to me, and now I have a fucking problem with it because now you've doubled down on this problem that we're having where, again, if you want to marry a woman who's been with a lot of dudes, that is totally fine. Go have a blast. But don't tell me you're doing it and then tell me she's not been with a bunch of dudes to try to cover your own ass because you're being embarrassed. And then when she sits there and files for a fucking restraining order, maybe a restraining order, but to get him arrested, bro, she wasn't the one who posted the fucking photo, or he wasn't the one who posted the photos. Can you imagine if some dude went out there like your ex and he wasn't posting nude videos of you. He was just posting pictures of you with other dudes that you posted on your own fucking Instagram, and you're trying to get him arrested? That is crazy to me. And so this is one of the greatest teaching moments I've ever seen, because what happened was there were a bunch of people who were like, dude, Dylan Danis is a piece of shit. By the way, it's Lena the Plug who's like standing up. It's so funny. Lena the Plug who just like literally.
I got.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
I got an addendum.
Anyway, so anyway, we go through this situation, and I would explain this even with my girlfriend Kylie. It started off in a situation where it was like, she'd be like, well, it's not that big of a deal, and it's really no one's business. And I was like, I agree with you, it's no one's business, except he got engaged on TV, and then he went on a fucking podcast explaining how his girlfriend doesn't fuck a bunch of people, and how she made him wait to have sex with her. She didn't make Diplo wait. She didn't make fucking Leonardo DiCaprio wait, but she made him wait. And so we're sitting there watching this whole thing. And again, if you want to get embarrassed by this, that's totally fine. Then don't come on my fucking TikTok and tell me she's only been with 5 dudes, because now you sound like an idiot.
Okay,
This
so I
is
have a
really
question.
confusing.
Okay, so
Champ is here.
Oh my god.
So, what was he do? He's been a social media influencer for a long time, and
which, by the way, he's fair game. He's fair
Absolutely.
game. By the way, if somebody came after Kylie, my girlfriend, and had a bunch of pictures of her with other dudes, I can't deny that the pictures exist. You understand what I'm saying? And if it was with some dudes like, well, that's her cousin and that's a friend of hers. Once we get to like 500 dudes, at some point, I've got to be like, okay, maybe I was sold a bill of goods here. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, go ahead.
So this is my thinking. Just because, like, say you're at the stance that you think like, yeah, he was duped. But does any part of you think it's a little convenient that it comes out right before the fight?
Yep,
and
there it
she's
is.
right before
that's
she's about to release her her OnlyFans page.
So that's
being rumored to come out.
That's what. So I don't know if there's an OnlyFans page coming out. She's smart if she does that.
That's the rumor that she's about to release her OnlyFans page. He's about to upcoming fight.
Yes.
He's in the WWE. He's all about storylines.
Yeah.
Don't you think that they're trolling the internet?
And I'll tell you what.
The girl who started the strip club in Sarasota gets it.
Okay.
Plus, I've been involved in the WWE and dated wrestlers.
So you go with that, and I'll tell you why I don't believe that's the case.
I think.
So you know what kayfabe is then? Yes, because that's what this is. It's kayfabe.
I think they're hyping her up so that they could even be like trolling their relationship, and she's gonna release her OnlyFans. He's about to have a fight, so they're hyping it up. They're blowing up each other's fucking net worth, and that's why. And I think the fucking guy who's posting this shit is probably in on it and getting a cut. That's what the world we're living in.
Okay, so here's why I don't believe it. Because they couldn't have found a girl with more photos with more dudes. That's the reason why I actually don't believe this is the case. Like, she is so far outside. Like, I know women.
She probably sent him to him. To post.
I know women that have done porn for 20 years who haven't been with this many dudes. Like, this is fucking crazy.
Does she look the same in all the photos?
Yeah, she looks pretty similar in all the photos.
But have all the photos taken on like a day?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
All these
it's like your hair color's not different. Your hair color's not different.
Hey, take a second. If you go on Twitter, go on Twitter and just look up Dylan Danis and just scroll through. It'll take you half an hour to get through all the photos.
Even if it's past, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure all of us have past fucking videos, but doesn't mean we can't upload them to fucking get some clout.
Listen, let me explain something. If a guy told me that you and him were going to get married, and there was like you with your ex-husband fucking on OF, and he said, "I know about that. They were married, and I've totally decided to be fine with that. I'm fine with it because he's fine with it, and because he's not lying to me, then I'm cool with it." Same thing. We've had the discussion with Destiny, right? Yeah. Destiny has been open about being bisexual. He lets his wife fuck other dudes. That's fine because he's fine with it. And the same thing with Adam 22. Adam 22 said he was fine with this other dude fucking his girl. Now later on, he's acting like he's not fine with it. That's fine. That's kind of weird. But whatever. As long as you're not lying to me, I'm fine with this. If you're a public figure and you're trying to sell me something, even if you're trying to sell me a product, and you tell me one thing, and then all of a sudden I find out that you're not telling the truth, to me that's the story.
How do we know that Logan didn't think that was actually true in that moment, though?
What do you mean? That he's been with five? Because the photos had already come out. The photos had been come out.
You mean when he was like getting on one knee and putting a ring on her finger?
Yeah,
he
didn't know. I don't think he knew. I really don't think. I disagree with you. I don't think he knew.
Didn't she date like LeBron James?
No. There's a photo with him and LeBron. There's no way they didn't hook up.
Like a whole bunch of
That's not what you mean.
Like.
No. Like maybe he thought that she was actually
celebrities or
yes, the celebrities. Yes, she didn't date LeBron.
So I mean, he can't be that fucking naive.
Yeah, no, I think she. But again, there is show. Again, he walks into a field and he showed.
Politely disagree with you, Michael. I think it's a whole.
Number one, he showed a fucking dead body on his YouTube one time that was hanging from a tree in Japan. That shows naivety to me. Number two, he sits there and he gets involved with Crypto Zoo, and it was a complete and total fucking fraud. He does no research. He seems like a guy where he's surrounded by people who do not tell the emperor he has no clothes on.
Understood.
He does
but
not
those two scenarios don't make him money up and coming.
Anyone know his age?
He's 27?
He's 28.
28, 28? Okay.
He's 28.
Just look at how
and Nina Agdal's
he's 28,
like
she's 31 or 32.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's just highly convenient that it's all coming out within weeks of the fight.
No, it's the opposite. No matter what had happened, whenever this fight was going to happen, whoever was fighting him was going to do this. Well, if they were as petty as Dylan Danis is.
Yeah, but Dylan Danis is like, okay, so, and I've done a little bit of research on him as well, is he is very into the Twitter space already.
Yes.
So he's very...
He's got 2 billion views since he started posting this.
He follows Red Pill content creators.
Yes, he does. He follows. He's friends with Andrew Tate. Yeah.
Yes, follows me too.
He actually posted one of my videos.
So he's really fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yes. No, what I was going to say is, so this comes hot on the heels of Adam 22 and Lena the Plug, who, by the way, built up this huge amount of hype. It's what I call engagement media, okay? What is engagement media? We're doing it right now. We have a chat right here, and you can super chat in, and hell, you didn't even have to. I'll read something here, and it will affect the course of this stream and this near what we're talking about. Now, take that and blow it up to a meta scale. How many people have OnlyFans on this table right here? You? Yeah, well, I know you do. You have OnlyFans. Okay, so if you do OnlyFans as a woman, you are also in engagement media because the guys who are part, your pay pigs or simps, whatever you want to call, I don't know what you call them, but like if they're they're paying you to do certain things, they feel like they're part of your life. They feel like they're part of your history and your
Especially
narrative
if you
and everything
interact
else.
and, like,
if
message
you
them
interact,
back,
right?
they feel special.
Yeah. So you give me $100 super chat, I'm gonna bloody well read your goddamn super chat, and
Absolutely.
we're gonna talk about whatever question you happen to have. That's engagement media. Now expand that exponentially to a greater scale.
That's where I'm going.
Now you've got Adam22 and Lena the Plug, who are both like notoriously pornographers. Okay, they have what's the name of the show that they have where they
Plug Talk.
Plug Talk, right? So they
I wear
have
a butt plug when I
that's
dance.
already going on.
Do you guys know what Plug Talk? Can I explain what Plug Talk is?
No, I don't know.
So
Yes,
they
what is it?
Actually, I bought a new butt plug today.
So just imagine there's two couches, right?
Nothing to do with that.
There's two couches. One couch has Lena
Plug
and
is plug.
Adam on it, and the other couch has the girl they're interviewing. The interview goes for about 45 minutes, and about 30 minutes in, they just take their clothes off and fuck her.
They get at it.
They just by the way, there's no transition.
Fucking
They
genius.
just stand off and he just pulls his dick out and he fucks her. It's on Twitter. You can watch like the previews on
and
Twitter.
you tradcons call me a degenerate.
Again, it's not like one of these things like, hey,
Okay.
cool, let's all
She knew
change.
what he
We'll go
was
back in the
getting
back
into.
and we'll fuck. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So anyways, so he's got this going on already. So you got.
Next
So what
podcast
happens?
idea.
I was like, what podcast
so what
is
happens
this?
I know, my next podcast
he
idea.
has Jason Love, a big black guy, have at it with his wife. Well, now suddenly he feels uncomfortable in doing and allowing that to happen. So who does he have on his show to discuss this with? Destiny. And so he goes in through this, puts all these clips out. Then it's always this, this fight, this kayfabe. It's like professional wrestling between himself and now Jason Love. And now he asks his wife, "Oh, is he bigger than me? Was he funner than me? Did he get you off?"
It's like
blah
a
blah blah.
storyline
It's a whole
shit.
storyline. And you know what? Everyone else, including myself and including this guy right here, we're talking about it. And because we're now part of the engagement media,
Yeah, and
because
we're
we feel like
expanding
we
his
can,
reach.
Exactly. So every outrage video, every tweet, every Instagram that's about this, all it does is increase market share.
That's my point.
Right up until the video is released, and then even after they have aftercare, right? They have to like take care of the whole, so that they can build it up for the next one. Same thing is going on with Logan Paul and Nina Agdal right now, because it's the fight. The fight is the event, and the build-up is, oh, I didn't know she was having sex with all these people.
And supposedly
I'm
she's
a
releasing her
naive.
OnlyFans
but
coming
there's-
up.
I mean, there's a couple of
and we're talking about
The other couple of problems,
Yeah.
like first off, like Dylan Danis is getting 0 points on the fight. That doesn't make me think that this is kayfabe. And the other part is like the issue is this.
The best kayfabes are the ones that you can't tell if it's
I
really
mean,
a
I'm
kayfabe.
with you, man.
But it might not even do with the fight. Now, like Logan and Jake have their own like podcasts and that stuff. So that's
And
gonna
Logan
hype
has his
that.
own podcast.
But I'm saying
See,
that's
one of
gonna
the
hype
things is
that up.
people think that Logan and Jake are one entity. They
No, they're
don't.
not.
They
They're
don't
not.
really
No,
even
but-
do a lot together anymore.
No, and
They-
sometimes they're not even
All right,
nice
so
to
let
each
me
other.
let me bring this home. Okay, so basically, when we start talking about it, the people who are sort of in the manosphere, the red pill community, they start talking about body count. And see, here's an example of why body count is very, very important, and it's also an example of why your digital footprint will follow you to the grave right now. And it's also, and I'm gonna steal this from Myron Gaines. In the future, when Nina Agdal is 50 some odd years old, she's still going to have to deal with all of that came up to where she's at right now. And now nobody's talking about her anymore. They're talking about whatever the next hottie is, right?
Oh no, they're talking about her now. She sued him.
Well,
she,
they will,
she,
but
she filed charges against
I'm future.
Dylan Dennis.
No, he's
I'm future
he's like 50
forecasting.
years now.
I'm future
When she's
forecasting
50.
right now. Yeah,
29
And
years in the future.
So when you look at like say, what is it, Porzakova. Paulina Porzakova, like she's like 56, 58 years old, and she doesn't know why women or why men don't find her sexy anymore, or don't find her as sexy as she was when she was in Playboy way back in the day, right? Well, she is a good example of a Nina Agdal where she is right now, who later on will end up like Paulina Porzakova. Where's my attention? How come nobody wants to pay attention to me anymore? And so
Because they get that high.
Well, it is, but it's also like I know damn well everyone at this table has an Instagram right now, so you are your own brand, and that is your
Absolutely.
digital footprint. You don't have to have an OnlyFans to have that digital footprint, or for people to actually, to look you up and everything. And this is a good this is an example of what's going to happen, say in 2030, 2040. And we're going to be looking back on this, and I think this is just really the newest way to sort of, capitalize on engagement media. But it all comes back to, is body count important? And will your digital footprint follow you around till the day you die?